As you can see, we almost can't see beyond this mountain of paperwork. Now, you have to realize we've been in this house 20 years. We only moved about a quarter of a mile from a house I lived in for about 10 years. So it was easy to carry most of the stuff with me. Why? I don't know, but years ago you saved everything. So there's 30 years of stuff. Most of this is from the past 20 of living in this house. And the other thing you have to realize, these pile of documents, we also own a few apartment buildings with several rental units for about 10 years during this time frame. So those are in here as well. And you probably can see, like this one's labeled House 08, and there's some that say rental. This one's House 2012. This one's rental records. So,
very dusty.
Yeah, well, a lot has been in the attic. So here's the thing. I am not at all giving any recommendations as to how long you should keep your documents. You should seek legal advice for that, for your own, peace of mind. I'm not going to tell anybody how long or how much we are keeping or not keeping, just for our own privacy. But I can tell you this, we do not need 20 to 30 years. And so a lot of this has to go because it can't go into an RV with us. Now, what we do decide to save, the amount that we decide is appropriate for the house documents and all that. If we do end up on the road, we have a relative that we can store those documents until they cycle out of the years, and then we can discard them from there. But the bottom line is today we need to get this cleaned up. We're not going to bore you with watching us do this. We just did the time lapse of us bringing it in, and we'll come back in at the end and just wrap it up once we're done. But this is something important you got to think about if you are going to go into an RV, because this stuff can't go with you. There's a lot of weight here.
There's a lot of weight here.
A lot of weight. So anyway, the oldest stuff I saw so far was from 1990. So that's 90, 2000, yeah, almost 20 years, right? So, but I know there's older stuff in there. But anyways, the bottom line is we need to turn all of this into this. And we got a lot of work to do, so no idle chit chat. Let's get started. Try to put the tallest stuff in the back.
Well,
Loose paperwork towards the front. Stand in the middle. Try to put all those together. Well, I can help load them in if you want to bring them over to where they need to go. Stack them
Wow.
like that.
where you want the crap. If I'm bringing it in, you sort it.
I'm not sorting. We are making our way through here and thinning out stuff. As you can see, we've made some pretty good progress. But, what was the oldest thing we found?
8th grade.
8th grade.
Love letters.
Yeah, so I found love letters from girls. We say the damnedest things. Anyways, I came across this notebook. I just ripped these out. But what this is, you won't be able to see it from way back there. But I have listed tape 1, side 2. This is long before the electronic stuff we have today and CDs and DVDs and all that stuff. These are cassette tapes. And I took the time to list the cassette tape, side 1, side 2, and the songs on each of the side. So I have pages of that written down here. So if I wanted to listen to a particular song, I'd get out cassette number whatever, side whatever, and then fast forward it until I got to the song I wanted to hear. So times have changed. I don't think I need to save this anymore because I probably do have some of these tapes still. Oh, look at that. Tape 2, side 1, first song, Dirty Laundry. Remember that one? You know, it was Dirty Laundry. Kick 'em when they're up, kick 'em when they're down.
Yep.
Yeah, you remember that one. Yeah, Born in a Small Town. Money Ain't for Nothing, but your chicks are free. Yeah, there's some good music on here. Anyways, I think it's time for that to go. Out of everything that we've gotten rid of so far, we're down to this. And the bulk of this, there's a chunk of this that has to do with the wedding and honeymoon, and a pretty good chunk of it has to do with the house, the deed, the plans for the house, the blueprints, and all that good stuff when we had the house built. And we planted this tree. The tree was donated by Mapes Garden Center, and it's downtown here, and that tree is now like this big around, because this is back when I was probably like 15 years old. So there was a story behind it. I think it had something to do with the elm disease that went through and lost all the elm trees years and years ago. But I thought it was interesting, so I'm going to hang on to that. Okay, we're almost done. Alright, so this is where we're at here. We have 2 more folders to go through. Doing that right now. And that stuff is old enough now that we don't have to worry about it. This is our keep pile. A couple of these things will go to the kids. It's a baby book. And then actually the bulk of this right here is blank notebooks that we ripped out pages. So it's nothing that was saved and that has to be stored. And in here there's a few household documents and a couple other little oddball things. But that is it. And we do have one small box off to the right over here that contains the documents that we deemed, based on talking to a lawyer and an accountant, that's best to save for the amount of time that's appropriate for our situation. So we have that off the side. It's one box about this big, about this tall, and that is it. But once we cycle through, we're going to keep up on those now and toss those as we go. So this is going to go into the burn pile. We have this one here, shred. I kind of already looked through this already once, but that's it. Now, you destroy your documents any way you deem fit, but we are going to make sure these are completely non-legible. They will either be shredded and burned, or both, but there will be nothing left. And what is being destroyed is this pile that goes right to the floor. There's 4 boxes here. There's a box behind Tracy that we just started filling of stuff, and every file you see right here is all destroyed. So we don't need any of this. We pulled out anything of importance, and again, it's over here, or it's in the one small box on the side. That's what we come up with. So why we saved some of the stuff we saved over the years, who knows? I am sure somebody out there has done the same thing. And for us, it was just time to clean out, because when we do end up in an RV, this stuff can't go with us, and we have to fit our rotating documents in here. Now, any important document that we don't want on the road with us, of course, we will have a storage place at a family's house, family member's house, but regular monthly stuff we will rotate into this, and that is it. So that's what we'll be down to. So we were able to do it. Again, there's only a few things that'll go in here, and then our regular weekly or monthly bill type stuff we'll deal with in that, and then rotate and clean it out. I know this was a boring one. I hope you found it beneficial, but again, it's another piece of what we are going through, and for you following along our journey, we wanted you to see that, and the massive amount of work and time it takes into going into planning this and cleaning out. We had to go up in the attic and dig out all of these files and get them down here so that we could do this. And there's a few, I know, we're doing the Konmari method. There's a few things in the desk upstairs that I didn't pull out. It's stuff that's very, very recent, so there was no sense to really pull it out, I didn't think.
No, because we're still using this month.
Right. So anyway, we got to take a look at the sheet to see what's next on the list. And really, I like her method, but we're gonna have to tweak the stuff on the list, because it doesn't really, I don't know if it fits a household like ours, because we have so much. But anyway, thanks for coming along for this very tedious task, and hopefully you found it somewhat beneficial. Have a great day.
Bye. Hey, say bye. This is so boring, 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 boring.
into this. And we're going to get started, and we're not going to bore you with us loading the table up, but let's get going. That's not what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Into this. As you can see, we have a lot of work to do. So let's get this loaded up and work through it. Now. Into this, and then what? I think I'm just going to do into this, so let's get started. Into this. And we got a lot of work to do, so no idle chit chat, let's get started. That works.